As a Muslim professional, you cannot utilize the office time for which you are being paid salary to do your personal work. It's prohibited. Allah says in the Quran, in Surah Dhariyat, chapter number 51, verse number 56, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. We have created the jinn and the men not but to worship me. Allah says in the Quran that I have created the jinn and the men not but only to worship me. So one of our main duties, one of the purpose of our creation in this world is to serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Arabic word ibadah used here comes from the root word abd, which means slave, which means worship. Most of the Muslims think that worship only means, salah, zakat, psalm, fasting, going for hajj. Yes, these are one of the highest forms of worship. But ibadah means following any commandment of Allah you're following, it's called as ibadah. Anything you abstain from, which Allah has told you not to do, you're doing ibadah. So in the work, if you're following the contract, you're doing ibadah. If you're breaking the contract, you're going against ibadah. There's a very famous hadith called as Hadith Jibreel. It's in Sahih Bukhari, volume number 1, hadith number 50. Once the Prophet was sitting with the Sahaba, then a man, an angel, Jibreel as-salam, comes and asks the Prophet 3 questions. What is Iman? What is faith? What is Islam? Submission to Allah. And what is ihsan? The hadith is big. I'll jump to the main part that relates to the topic. The 3rd question, what is ihsan? And the Prophet replies, ihsan means proficiency. The Arabic word ihsan means excellence. The Prophet says, ihsan, proficiency, excellence mean you worship Allah as though you see Him. And if you cannot see Him, worship Allah as though He is watching you. So according to a Prophet, excellence, proficiency, ihsan means at least worship Allah as though He is watching you. Now for an employee, it is common that when the boss is present, you work better. Because you want to show to the boss or your superior, oh, you're very, you're proficient, you're a good employee. So when the boss is there, close to you, watching you, you work a bit extra, you work with proficiency, you do hard work. For a Muslim professional, our ultimate boss is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Irrespective whether your worldly boss, your manager, is watching you or not, your ultimate boss is always watching you. So always at work, you will be at your best. If you are a Muslim professional, you have to follow ihsan. You work as though your ultimate boss, Allah, is watching you. So you will do your best activity. You will not speak with a family member at office time. You will not go to social media. You will see to your productive, to your company as a Muslim professional.